Am I live right now? I'm getting an ad saying like, "Hey, YouTube's for free. You got, no ads for free." It's like, yeah, I know that. And apparently it's for a mobile experience and free, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually live right now. Maybe. I have no idea if I'm live right now. I think so. Then again, I don't know. Then again, I don't know. I'm only going to be on for a little bit this time. Oh, YouTube, damn it. This. So. Oh, I am live. Oh, okay. I'm live. Okay. Well, my internet's not working, so maybe I have to reinstall good old Windows. Not Windows. Sorry. Good old Firefox. But I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's loaded. Where am I at now? I need 6 more to unlock this one. 6 more. Got 2 of these. I'm probably gonna be able to get a couple more of these. Not sure though, so let's see. Visit 10 countries. Okay, where's the guy? He's starting over there. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go. Wow! He goes, now boarding coach. The lower class citizens. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get the fuck up. I don't know where all of them are. I'm sorry, I don't. They're around, I know. Hey! You twit. You frickin' twit. I might be on for an hour, maybe. Maybe, I'm not sure though. So yeah. So. I was watching in Crank Gameplays Ethan Nestor Darling about talking about how I know where it is. It's in here. He's in here. He's in here. Got him. I think the other pickpocket's actually still here. Yep. I know they all are now. What the heck? Get up, get up, get up, get up. There he is. There he is. Get up. Move. Go, 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 go. Okay. Right. And I was watching an ADHD. He was talking about ADHD and how I said this. There you go. I know the other one is. And he's talking about how. Whoopsies. Let me turn this up a little. About how. Oh, I didn't turn my camera on. Whoopsies. Let's check if that's gonna work now. Yep. Okay, it's working. Let me turn the light. Got it. It's working. Okay. So he's talking about how he's bought all these toys to play with, right? Well, to fidget with, and he's just like, yeah. Some of them are absolute garbage. Legit. Some are good because some are. Oh, I didn't even say if it's good yet. See if it's good. Some are good because some are like, what do you call them? Thingies, mobobbers. What are they called? Or like Rubik's cubes. So it's like, okay, I know it. It's a tried and true toy I can play with. It's great. Others are crap. Others are pure and utter garbage. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm sure they are. I got up there, you dingus. Oh, you idiot. So yeah. Ow! So yeah. I watched the second one first, then the first one. Well, actually, I watched the second one today because I watched them both before. So, but anyway, he's talking about how they're just kind of crap. They're just kind of bad. Like you're not the worst. I visited 4 of the 10 countries, damn it. Okay. Did I get anything? 300,000, okay. Visit 10 countries, get the ticket to your buddy, and stop the pickpockets. Oh, I should have stopped the damn pickpocket! I know where they are. I know where they are. So there's one there. And there's one there. There you go. And there's one down there, so. He's right, if I'm not mistaken, in here. There's 2 in here, actually. He's right. Got him, got him, got him, up, up. Get away from me, you damn son of a bitch. Damn son of a dingus. Where'd he go? There he is. A what? And I don't know if I have ADHD. I've never diagnosed with ADHD, but I know for a fact I have attention disorders. I have no attention. No, my attention span is literally 5 seconds. But that's only because I think I've screwed it with TV and YouTube and all that. But for me, I wouldn't be surprised if I have ADHD. I wouldn't be surprised, because same way as I was never diagnosed with dyslexia, but I'm damn sure I have it. Oh, come on. Don't give me that crap of, you don't have dyslexia. No, I have the symptoms. All the words are hard to read and hard to learn, and learning is hard to do. You know what I mean? Well, the points I didn't really need necessarily, so that's my thing. So yeah, that's hello Kai. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I have dyslexia, and I think I have ADD, not ADHD, because I was never hyper. I was never super hyper as a kid. I never. Like, I was hyper, but I was hyper as a kid, not as like an overly hyper kid, you know? That's terrible to say. Now boarding coach. The lower class citizens. Took a while. Maybe I can get 300,000. I don't think so, but let me see where else I can go. So yeah. What's in suburbia? What I can get? 2654. Got it. I need 4 more. So yeah. I'm pretty sure I've been, like, I did the whole thing of, like, the self-tested myself in the sense that, like, here are all the symptoms. Here's a test. One of those, like, are you colorblind kind of things, you know? You're like, that you take on, like, online or whatever. I took, like, a test, like, my mom made, like, a testing out and with her friend who has, well, her friend's daughter had dyslexia, and I was friends with her. And that's the thing, you never think they're that bad people. They're not, just they can't learn easily. So for me, like, reading, it's not that I can't read, it's that reading is hard to do. Does that make any sense? Right? Reading is hard to do, so. Anyway, in my opinion, sorry. So we did, like, the self-test, and, like, the daughter was basically diagnosed, she had dyslexia pretty much. I never got diagnosed. So I could have probably been diagnosed, I just never bothered to go get diagnosed. My mom was just kind of like, whatever, with the whole thing. If you are, you are. If you're not, oh well. If you are, you are. If you're not, you're not. Right? If you are, oh well. If you're not, you're not. Right? So for me, I was like, we're gonna do this right now. We're not gonna diagnose me. I'm confused. But I think I went and asked her, so do I have dyslexia? And she's like, she kind of looked at me like, probably. Probably. And then just left it at that. I've never been diagnosed ever in my life. ADD. I'm sure I have ADD. Attention deficit disorder. See, I'm not hyper. I was never super hyper as a child, but I was very. I had literally no attention span whatsoever. I was a kid who needed something in his hands to do. Needed something in his hands to do, or else I would have just gone mad. I would have gone mad, or I would have just been like, I just wouldn't have paid attention to anything. You know what I mean? I would have just been like, Add a who to what? So I would have been like, what just happened? Because that's the other thing. When I read, I have the same thing that dyslexics have where, like, they don't comprehend what's going on. They have no idea what they just read. I'm like, I have to read it like 3 times before I'm like, wait, what did I just read? Because by the time I've gone 3 paragraphs down, I'm like, wait, what was that first paragraph again? What? That could be a memory thing, too. Not necessarily. 110,000. 110,000 in the pumpkins. I could probably do the pumpkins. So, that was me. Like, I'm like, what? What did I just read? The comprehension thing is like, oh. See, like, that's the thing. I used to wear a ring. I still have the ring, but I don't know if it's actually toxic actually now because it's such a cheap, like, Chinese ring. Anyway, I had a ring on my finger, and every time I would have the ring on, and I'd be, like, listening to something or doing something or having to, like, focus, I would just take the ring off and, like, fidget with it, and I was like, oh, this is good because I have something to fidget with. I never could do a Rubik's Cube, so when what's his name, when Ethan's talking about Rubik's Cubes, and I'm like, no, that doesn't help me at all because I have no freaking clue how to do one. I probably could if I really learned it. But I really doubt that I could, like, do that easily. It's not my thing. Therefore, I feel like I would never have benefited from Rubik's Cube as a child. So I would have, like, but I could have benefited in a more, what's it called, way. In a more just fidget with something way. I have a Rubik's Cube. And don't get me wrong, I like Rubik's Cubes. I'm just terrible at them. I can do a face of a Rubik's Cube, and I can also do, I think, a bit of I think 2 faces of a 2x2. Not a 3x3. Anyway. 3? I don't know where the rest of them are. I think there's one over there and one over there. Yeah, I know there, actually. I know there. So yeah, I always have to fidget with something. I remember as a child doing things. So I was homeschooled, but I did all these, like, stupid, like, lectural things. Go to some place and get a lecture. Listen to some lecture from some person. And it was lecture. It wasn't like, this is a presentation. It was like college level, not education, but college level in the sense that, like, oh my god, we're talking about, like, you're gonna oh my god. It was just a style with, like, lecture. Oh my god, it was horrible. Some of them. Anyway, therefore, I was like, good freaking lord. I would have something like a Lego man in my hand or something. I'd have a Lego guy in my hand, or I'd have, like, something in my hands to, like, occupy me so I didn't just want to, pull my hair out and, spoon my eyes out, scoop my eyes out, because, like, oh god. So for me, I needed something in my hand. I knew that, like, really young, too. Like, 7, I was, like, probably about 7, I was like, oh, man. I need something to do. Whether it was a big thing, like a teddy bear in my hand, or, like, lights, like, I had these toy lightsabers, I don't know if I can show you one. It's around somewhere. Anyway. Or, like, a smaller thing, like a Lego man, or, like, a Lego minifigure, or whatnot. Like, I was just very fidgety as a child. And in this kind of way. Not this kind of, not squirmy, just, like, the thing that ADHD people have, where it's like, or ADD, where it's like, I need to do something with my hands. So, I'm pretty sure I had dyslexia and ADHD. Or ADD, sorry. But I never was diagnosed, which is the funny thing. My parents were like, you probably have it, but, you probably have it. We're not gonna go get you diagnosed, but you probably have it. I mean, you go get diagnosed now. What's the point of getting diagnosed at 21 years old? Almost 22. Like, what's the point, right? In my opinion, should have done it when I was like 10, when we did this. Like, does he have dyslexia? Here are the symptoms. He's got all of them. But we're not gonna go get you diagnosed because, hey, what the heck? What's the difference here? Like, what? So learning for me learning wasn't hard. It was in the sense that I couldn't understand it. It was hard in the sense that I just didn't. My brain didn't want to learn. That's the other thing. My brain just didn't want to learn. Like, with a passion, I hated reading as a child. I was like, I have to read? This is bullcrap. This is bullspit. But then, like, I found books I liked. I like books. If this makes sense, I like books, and the act of reading is not what I like to do. I like books, and I like I want to read more. It's just I hate reading. I hate the act of reading because my brain just goes, I physically don't want to read. I don't understand it, and my brain gets tired. That's exactly what happens with me. I'm like, oh my lordy lordy. I'm like, but I've read probably 3 books in my life, but I've listened to like half a dozen books. Radio plays and books and podcasts, like all this like booky type stuff. Like, and it's great because I'm like, I love books. I just hate reading. I've read not the entire Harry Potter series, but I've listened to a lot of the Harry Potter series. I listened to Charlie Bowen. I listened to City of Ember. I listened to Magic Treehouse. I've listened to a lot of books where it's like, oh, I listened to the Die Wimpy Kid books. I listened to what is it called? Paper Yoda. Oh no, Origami Yoda. I've listened to a lot of those books. It's just my problem is I want to read. I just hate reading. If that makes any sense. I got that attitude of like, well, I want to that I like that like I want to read, but I just hate reading. I just do. The act of reading like is tiring for me, and I don't like it. So, not that it's that bad. It's just like wow. But I love books. Like books are fine. I read Calvin and Hobbes. I read Garfield. I read Dilbert. I read lots of those kind of things. But those are easy things to just pick up and like read, right? I still fidget to this day. I still sit somewhere and have my ring on and I'll just fidget with it because I'm like, I need to do something with my hands. That's my problem. I'm like, my hands are like, I need to do something with my hands. Like, I'm like, there's nothing I can, like, my brain just doesn't focus otherwise. I'm like, okay, this might be another problem. I might have a narcolepsy, the one where you fall asleep randomly, because I'll be sitting somewhere like church or like a lecture of some kind, or listening to someone on like Zoom or something, or even streaming or making a video, right, making my podcast, and I'll just literally do this. I will be like, and then I'll fall asleep. It's so A, boring, and B, probably some mixture of narcolepsy and boring. I think it's narcolepsy where you fall asleep randomly. And so, like, for me, I'm like, oh, God. I've done it multiple times. I didn't listen to a single lecture from the speaker for co-ed, which is our, like, teenagers camp at summer camp. Not one. Not one. None. I didn't stay awake for one of them. I remember a bit of everything, but, like, don't tell. You ask me, what did he talk about? And I'll be like, something about God and Jesus and the Bible. I was like, well, duh, stupid. Christian camp, of course he's going to talk about Jesus and the Bible. Hey, some don't talk about it. Bruh. What? What, bruh? So that's me. That's my opinion. That's what I do. And I've never been diagnosed with this stuff. I'm just 99% sure that I have all this. 100%. Like, no, sorry, 99% sure. Like, definitely. So, that was me, so I think it's narcolepsy. It's the not eating right and the staying up way too late and watching whatever on YouTube, so that, like, is not good. So, that's what happens with me, so. Which, did it really hinder me, though, as a child? Not to the extent that other people did. It hindered a lot of other people in certain ways, so. Like, I was just kind of that kid who was like, well, I mean, hey, you have it, you do it, and I dealt with it my whole life, and I've just been dealing with it ever since. Because that's the thing, I don't know if I would have, had to have taken, ADHD medication like Ritalin or something. I'm like, oh, I hope not. Because I just wouldn't have wanted to take it. I know people who have it, and I know like 4 people who have ADHD and or ADD. And those people who have ADHD conk out. They have these like, oh, sleeping is stupid for me. I'll sit there in bed. I'll be asleep really fast, but just I don't want to sleep sometimes. Anyway, so I know people like that, and they're just like, they have these like, hate this so much. They have this like I know two people, they're twins, and they had ADHD, and they have this, like, they're very good at, like, they have a, like, they'll pick up, like, a second wave at, like, 4, because I went to summer camp with them, and I worked with them, right? And I work with them in maintenance, and we're, like, the janitors. Anyway, and so, for a lot of it, they were, they were, they would have, like, a second wave at, like, 4 o'clock, and you'd be like, oh my god, no, please, no. Or 4 or 5 o'clock, and then they'd conk out at 4 or 5 o'clock, and then have like a second wave at like 8, 9 o'clock, and you're like, right about bed, and you're like, no, please, no, go to bed. And they would go to bed, it's just, the thing was, it was like, oh my god, it was nasty, so. It was just horrible having to deal with these kids. Because it was like, oh my god, what the heck, we're having to deal with these kids, and they didn't do things properly, they didn't take their meds a lot of times, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, they wrong, they bad, whatever. So therefore, they were just like, look, they were just like all everywhere, and you had to like deal with them, and like you wanted it done properly, and you had to deal with them yourself. So, which is my problem with the matter. So, but anyway, so like I know people like that. You know, I don't notice these people off their meds or on their meds or any of that stuff. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Got it. Okay, cool. So that's my opinion on the matter. I probably have it. I just don't. I've never been diagnosed with it now. I've never been diagnosed with it up to this point, so at all in my life. So I'm sure I do. And then dyslexia is the whole different story, where it's like learning was just hard. And it was not hard because I couldn't learn. It was hard because I just didn't want to learn. My brain just didn't want to. Anyway. So. Yeah. Falling asleep randomly, yes. I believe it's called narcolepsy. Narcissist. Narcissist is when you like yourself. Narcolepsy is when you, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you fall asleep randomly. So that's my problem. I'm like, oh my god, really? Like in the most inappropriate times, I'll be falling asleep. I'll be like, uh-oh. Yes, I am. I'm playing with a adapter, so if I can show you the end of this adapter. Where is it? It is... Oh, I can't. The PS2 to USB adapter, yes. Yes. So. So. So, yeah. Can I do a triple kickflip? Let me see. Let me see if I can do a triple kickflip. Can I do a triple kickflip? Let's check. That's double. Yes, I can. Okay, cool. Ah, you suck. So. Yeah, I know. I got it on, like, I think eBay for, like, $5 or $10, something like that. So I didn't pay a lot for it. Ha! Oh. Oh, boy. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, that was close. So, yeah. Trying to get 110,000 points. I don't even know what time it is. It is 12:22. I gotta leave somewhere between 12 and 1, so my mom's just gonna tell me when we gotta leave. So I gotta go do something with her, so she'll just tell me when I gotta leave. You know, my parents are very good at that, where they're like, I had something to do in someday, and they'd always remind me, you gotta go in 5 minutes, or you got it tomorrow. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks. No, I didn't do that, you Basilasa. Basilasa. Okay. So. Which is why games like story-based games I just can't deal with because my attention span is like a goldfish. I know goldfish don't have that bad. Their attention span isn't 3 seconds like everyone says, but it's like they're like attention. Like my attention span is like a goldfish. It's like, oh wait, what just happened and why do I care? And I just want to play the game. Now movies I can kind of deal with. TV series, forget it. Hell no. Hell no. I'm like, if the TV series is longer than like 5 episodes, I'm like, oh god, I can't do this. Which is like 99% of all TV. I'm like, oh, I can't deal with this. This is baloney. Phony baloney. You know what I mean? Just me personally. I try TV series all the time. I only ever finished like 3 series that I used to watch. 3 series, and that's because what keeps happening here? And that's because I used to watch them as a kid. So I was like, I want to watch this again. And they're actually not bad. There was Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck on Disney Plus. What the heck is going on? So, get up there! What the hell is going on? Okay, let me try something. There you go. There you go. Oh boy. I'm just gonna do that kickflip out there. Or nollie flip out, sorry. So, yeah. That's my opinion. So that's what and so that's why I can't deal with it. It's like, oh my god. So I book. If the book is super long, I'll just, oh my god. Even if the chapter from the book is super long. Even if the chapter in the book is super long, like 5, 10, 15 pages, I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to deal with this. Maybe that's my problem. I should really like shorten it. I gotta go now, so it was fun talking to you about my personal mental health, mental whatever. So let me just save the game now. I think it's F1. F1. And I think that'll be it for now, guys. You want to say goodbye? I got like about 30 seconds probably. Goodbye. Yeah, I got it. Oh my